What's good, everybody? It's your boy SSJ out the first Black Super Saiyan in the world. I'm back with another video. Like I say with these new streams, just like the ones me and Chillmonger did the past couple weeks, he's gonna be very self-contained, quick, straight to the point. Cause me and him got to, get our sleeps and shit in, and I don't want to be doing these too long. Morning with the Dot will be returning 2 days a week. I'm not going to do them like every day because, that's burnout. I'm not trying to burn myself out, but that's the goal. Panels are going to be very contained, very much self-contained. The people I invite is usually who's going to be on here. At some points, I may let some other people in, but at the moment, whoever I invite is who's going to be joining these streams. That's the goal. That's the goal. But Chillmonger will be getting here soon. We're going to go ahead and knock these topics out the way. I haven't heard his opinions on the Flash trailer just yet, and I do want to hear his opinions. Let me get my water real quick. Boom. And I got to work out later too. So that too. But yeah, what's good, Arkham? He says, "Sup? I'm so overwhelmed by a phenomenal Flash trailer. That trailer was amazing. It was glorious. It was god tier. It was just overall amazing. I mean, I was fucking with it. And I think the movie's going to be amazing. I think the movie's going to be solid. We're going to talk about some other things today because, people have put up some new criticisms. People don't understand context of film. All right. Let me get Chillmonger up in here.
Mr. Dot.
What up?
Doing good.
I can send you the link, Arkham. Like I said, these are going to be very self-contained. But what's good with you, Chill? What's good? Chill, there's one thing we need to get knocked out the way really fast before we get to the other two topics. First, we're going to do the MCU. And then we're going to get to, we're going to end it on DC because, DC is amazing. And we got to close out this stream with, DC. Let me send it to Arkham real quick. Now, first things first. They played this at the Super Bowl. I think they played it at the Super Bowl. I'm assuming they played the Super Bowl. It dropped the same day. And it appears that two individuals have a new business out. And, I be having my plumbing issues and stuff. And I think we should watch this ad from these two individuals.
These Italians.
I heard this is a family-owned Italian business from Italian individuals.
They look Mexican though.
I don't know what they are anymore. They're from New York. But I want to support family-owned businesses, and I think this is a business we should support. So let me go ahead and bring up my screen right quick and look at this new ad from these two individuals that appear to be good workers. I hope they are. What's up, Arkham? All right, guys, we're about to play this. Let's see if these guys are official.
We're the Mario Brothers, and plumbing's a game. We're not like the others who get all the fame. When your sink is in trouble, you could call us on the double. We're faster than the others, you'll be hooked on the brothers.
Thank you, Super Mario Bros. It seems like the only thing you haven't drained is my bank account. For super service, call or text Super Mario Bros. Plumbing today at 92955-MARIO or reach us on the World Wide Web at smbplumbing.com.
That page that said Super Mario Plumbing, yeah, that's from the start menu. And then the voice actor who played that woman was the Peach voice actor from way back. You didn't know that, huh? Look at that. All of the Easter eggs.
So this kind of implies something. So they didn't. All right. So they showed during the movie that Mario's going to be in the Mushroom Kingdom. Do you think they're going to show the fact that he's transporting? Like, this is not the Mushroom Kingdom. This is looks like regular Earth and stuff.
Yeah, maybe the Mushroom Kingdom has its different towns. Actually, no, you're right. You're right. They did put.
No, I think it's going to be a total. Like, I think Mario's in the real world, obviously. And, when he steps through a green pipe, he's going to end up in the Mushroom Kingdom somehow.
Oh, yeah, the green pipes. You're right.
I like a separate type of dimension, in a sense, type of thing.
Yo, how was his height? Go back to when he's on screen with that woman. Is he smaller than she is? Yeah. Look how short he is. He's on the counter. His head is not that tall. See?
I mean, they're both short. Well, Luigi is a lot taller. He's probably at her waist. He's probably at her waist or her breast or whatever. So Mario's definitely short. I think technically you would consider him a dwarf in this universe.
Yeah, right.
Because isn't he literally the same size? Well, most of the Toads are like kind of his height. It's just that they got big heads.
Yeah.
And they're dwarfs. So technically, he in the real world, he's a dwarf.
Yes, I think film
Luigi's,
theory
like,
took care of
probably
this.
average height. He's probably just 4 foot. 4 foot, you're not a dwarf.
How
But
do you feel?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
How do you feel about this new green and red? Like, you know, it's more threaded and like less cartoony. Do you think that they should have kept the suits? You know, back.
I'm okay. I mean, because they do wear denim. I do like the fact that they make it look like an actual jean material, and it's not just overalls. You know, with the plumbing overalls, they kind of look like, what's that material? It's not khaki.
Polyester.
Yeah, it's like a polyester material. It's not really like denim, but they wear denim. So I like that there is a little bit of realism with their clothing and stuff that they got on.
Yeah,
because in the Mario games, it's just some overalls, just regular overalls, to look like polyester or something. But no, I mean, I think this is perfect animation. Like I said, I think the Sonic movie should have been like this for the first time. But since they did the design and fixed all that bullshit and stuff, they redeemed themselves. But this is what I wanted the animations for them. This is what I wanted them to look like if they was going to do a big budget movie for either one. Mario's doing what I expected to do. Because you can try and do this in live action, but
it won't work. I don't think it will work, to be honest.
Mario, you might have to. You can find a dude who's like 4 foot, not too short, but it can work in live action. You just have to adjust some stuff.
I feel
really
like
have to find a guy that's short, not too short, but short, and his brother needs to be taller than him, probably 6 foot. Just to, you know what? Find a guy who's 5 foot and find a guy who's 6 foot to play Luigi.
The height difference is not that big, though.
It's more like 5 foot. Yeah, 5 foot is that's short.
It's 5 foot is short, no doubt. But like, if you get in a 5 foot
4
Mario,
8, 4
you'll get a 5'3" Luigi.
Oh yeah. Like, I don't think it's impossible, but like certain things, certain things just keep them animation. To be honest,
I'm thinking. Well, if you remember the Hobbits from Lord of the Rings, but that was just camera work. They just used cameras to trick it and make it look like the Hobbits was shorter than everybody else, and everybody else was taller. It can work. It would have to be like a Hobbit size and stuff, you know, not have big feet, but make them Hobbit size. But yeah, shouts out to the Super Mario Brothers. That movie's gonna be dropping. Watching day one. I want this movie to do well. I needed to at least make over 500 million. That's all I want. If it makes over 500 million, that is a success. I don't know what the budget is. Probably didn't take that much to make this. It's probably
I can check the budget.
It's probably no more than 200 million. If it makes over 500 million, success. You're gonna get more sequels, and eventually, it'll get to making $1 billion.
Budget is 48 million.
48 million for the budget?
No, let me check. What was it called? 2023 movie?
Yeah, that's low. It's 48 million.
I think I clicked on the wrong one. Yeah, it says 48 million when I typed it up.
I mean, it's animation. Their budgets don't really cost that much, but that's not half bad. Like I said, if this movie easy makes over 500 million, that's profit. But I think it's gonna make that much anyway, just based off the Mario brand, because the Mario brand is a powerful brand by itself. It sells itself,
and it's not something that we've been fatigued of, because it's been since 30 years since the last one, and the brand is huge. All ages huge. Holy, you have no idea how this is just supposed to make money. It can't fail. It cannot make less than 300 million. It just automatically will.
Right, because the Sonic movie made that
300 million.
Now, for a Sonic live action, that's fine. It could have made more if they didn't fuck up that design first.
I think
that turned people off. That turned some people off, and I know it turned some people off. And it was like, should I still give this a chance? Yeah, they changed the design, but should I still give it a chance?
The design's better now. Like, at least they listened to the criticisms and changed it. I think when it comes to animation live action. Like, I don't think animation really has to make that much, to be honest. Like, I feel like there's more expectations when it comes to live action stuff that you have to make more.
Yeah, I mean, but for this animation, since animation is when stuff costs cheaper and it does big numbers, it says a lot more than movies that are like big budget, you know, like 200 million Flash movie. Like if a Flash movie makes 500 million, that's nothing. Yeah, that's well above profit, but is it not like 600? But this movie with the low budget making so much, that says a lot about it. It's like the what's that movie that came out with Megan? Megan was like cost what 12 million to make that movie?
Yeah, but there's a big difference. Everyone knows Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for the budget
Mhm.
and the animation, this making a lot of money is really going to be good for it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It might make $1 billion. If this movie does make $1 billion,
I don't know about that. Like, I don't think any animation that came into theaters actually made $1 billion.
And this is a Warner Brothers movie, yeah?
No.
Oh, it's Paramount.
Yeah,
Like
Nintendo
Sonic?
and somebody else. It's
Okay.
Nintendo partnering with another studio, but not.
Oh, that's nice. Good. Another player on the field, so that'll be.
It's
good.
basically like Sega and Paramount. How Sega Studios teamed up with Paramount and they made the Sonic movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
because Nintendo don't got the money alone. They have the money, but they don't have the people working there that can make a movie. They have people that make video games. They don't have people that make movies, so you have to partner with another studio to do it. It's like when Cartoon Network was trying to do live action movies of their cartoons, and they suck because they're not a movie studio. They made like YouTube movies for Cartoon Network.
Really?
It was some trash movies they was making, but they don't have studios. They're an animation
Illumination.
studio trying
Thank
to do
you.
live action movies. That's not their expertise.
So Illumination's the name of the studio.
Yeah. So
Thanks.
Nintendo and Illumination. Illumination knows how to make animated movies. Nintendo got the property, the characters. They give them the permission and the go ahead to do what they need to do.
So at the Oscars next year, it's not going to be DreamWorks versus Pixar. Here comes Illumination Mario. Watch them take it.
I mean, Illumination, Minion Rise of Gru, that did some numbers. That did some
Yeah,
numbers.
you also have
They did that?
Yeah, they did the Minion movies, and I think they did the Hotel Transylvania movies.
I thought
could be wrong about
Despicable
Hotel
Me. I thought that was DreamWorks.
No,
What am I missing?
I think you're getting it incorrect. K-Dots. So, DreamWorks, Illumination makes like probably this like, but they didn't make Hotel Transylvania. That's Sony. That's part of their division.
Yeah, Illumination did the Minion movies. They did Despicable Me, the Minions movies.
In partnership with DreamWorks? Maybe you're both right.
Not
Maybe.
That's all Illumination.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, it was distributed by Universal Pictures, but Illumination made it. It was distributed by Universal, though.
Okay.
I want to see who's gonna actually make more money, like Mario or Spider-Verse. That's gonna be interesting. Because
it's gonna be Mario. It's gonna be Mario because the first Spider-Verse movie I made like what 300 million something.
Yeah, but it went on Netflix and people have been sitting on it for 4 years and it's critically acclaimed. I think that the second at bat will make way more money.
People are acting like.
I'm not saying it won't, but
yeah,
the first because this is Spider-Man. I expect to do more, especially if it was in theaters. It wasn't Peter Parker. You know, people don't. Yeah. They're not used to Miles Morales like that.
You're right. I keep forgetting that. You're right. He is not white, so that is gonna affect it. That is true. The audiences and the international box office will not take to this character well.
But you know, it made.
I'm just so not racist that these things didn't cross my mind. It made enough, sure. Frozen 2, incredible.
It should have made more because it's Spider-Man, the brand, and it was in theaters. They put some big focus into this. It wasn't no cookie cutter animation. They put some actual quality into it. I expect a lot more.
Yeah, there was one shade of color they shouldn't have used, and that probably cost them $300 million just because.
They should never put that brother on screen. This shit looks trash. Damn, nerd man.
But,
If you want to join, come on. You got the link in the group chat.
It's good. But I do think people have a little high expectation because I hear people saying that Spider-Verse is gonna make $1 billion or something like that. No, it's not. People.
Yeah, it's not gonna make $1 billion.
I feel like people throw around billions so often. They're not really thinking about.
For real.
Like, remember that conversation we just had about which studio created what? Like, they don't think that way. No one really knows. Not that I do, but no one knows about the movie industry like that. They just say, yeah, $1 billion. You know, there's only something like 50 movies ever that have made $1 billion. It's not. This doesn't happen.
Ooh, that's a low number. 5 million is my cap. That's my cap. Arkham, what's your prediction? And Chill, what's your prediction? And we'll get on to the next topic.
I mean,
as far as where the budget's going to cap at. I mean, not the budget. The box office will cap at.
600 million tops, maybe 500 low.
Okay, that's good.
I would say 500, but the lowest probably 400.
400.
And don't sleep on Japan. Remember when we were talking about Star Wars? Then you asked me, what about Japan? Remember that? Well, this is pretty big in Japan, okay? If Star Wars could make 100 million in Force Awakens, this could also bring 100 million from Japan alone.
Well, Japan actually appreciates animation, unlike us Americans. They do. They appreciate. The Japanese have more respect for animation than America does, and that's one of the worries, especially with animation in America. It's like, depending on the brand of what it is, a lot of it's like gonna be it's kind of up and down. You know, that's why they don't do a lot of animated stuff, anyways. How much animated movies do we see in theaters if aside from Disney, which is a guaranteed money? Warner Brothers doesn't really put out animated movies, and then you have some other studios like Illumination, which do make good money.
Ask and you shall receive. Share my screen. In 2007, we got The Simpsons movie, and that was pretty fine.
That was a cultural phenomenon. That's different.
Mm-hmm.
That's different.
That's a specific cultural phenomenon, and we need a sequel.
Like, I agree. I would like to see more animated movies in probably theaters.
But that's good money.
But that's probably never gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because even if you see like animation on like they put on DVDs or digital and stuff like that, there's so many people that act like they're freaking better than the animators themselves, like overcritical, this, that. I'll do this better. Like, what the hell are you talking about? It's like ridiculous.
Because actually, animation, the last thing I'll say, compared to like directing film, is a lot harder because you have to hand draw every single scene,
and you have to do every frame on how the characters move and everything like that. It's like, I think, like, I hate the idea when people think they know what they're freaking talking about. It's like the whole CGI thing with the Flash. I know what I'm freaking talking about. No, you don't. It's like, I'm not gonna act like I know shit because I don't know how to freaking make a movie. I don't know any shit about CGI. I'll admit that, but people have to stop acting like they're better than the people that are making the stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it depends if the people making the stuff make like a really shitty product and it's easy to like trash them, like Velma. Even though I don't animate shit, hey, I can easily say, man, I could have done better with this. I easily could have done better with Velma. I could have wrote a better script.
Yeah, scripts are different.
But we got to move on to the next topic. We got to get into this Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I watched the trailer. We're going to watch it again real quick, break it down, talk about it. This is the final Guardians movie that James Gunn will ever be directing for a while. Maybe he might come back. Maybe he might come back when his contract is up. But if he's going to do good at DCU, that Zaza could easily renew that contract and say, continue on, James.
I feel like I think this is just the end of the Guardians.
It's going to be the end of this iteration.
But you'll have a different.
Well, this specific people on this team, like Chris Pratt, I think he's done. I'm not saying he's going to die, but I think he's done. He might return later and some other stuff. Dave Bautista's done for sure. Rocket Raccoon, he might be done. Who knows? He might lead the team now, maybe. And Gamora's not going to die. and Nebula won't die. Because they literally just brought back Gamora. Why would they kill her again? That's kind of like redundant.
I don't know. There's a certain hero that comes to mind that was brought back to life and was killed again. I don't think they got
T'Challa!
Mhm.
T'Challa! T'Challa!
T'Challa.
Man, they did him dirty. All this multiverse stuff, and they can't bring back our man, chill. Freak the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys, this is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 Super Bowl trailer. We're just going to call this trailer number 2. Let's go.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm Star-Lord. I formed the Guardians. Met a girl, fell in love. That girl died, but then she came back. Came back a total dick.
Oh, please. He left out some important information, but that is the gist.
Where are they?
I get the same old dreams, same time every night. Fall to the ground and I wake up.
My sacred mission is to create the perfect society.
He didn't want to make things perfect. He just hated things the way they are.
Nebula will have that in common.
Among Us.
I want you all to know that I'm grateful to fight beside my friends.
Incinerate them.
We were always searching for a family until we found each other. Are you ready for one last ride?
They're back in jail.
We'll all fly away together into the forever and beautiful sky.
Whoever it was that you were in love with, it sounds more
I
like
did
her.
like this part.
Her? That's
ridiculous.
Do not bring me into this.
Knock it off! What?
Just never noticed how black your eyes were.
They were replaced by my father
Did she
as a
get a new
method
arm?
of torture.
He picked a pretty set.
Went too
Yo,
long.
is that a new arm? Or one on the right?
By my
Well, yeah, for the new toy.
Notice how black.
I remember that being her arm.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I
It
think
looks disgusting. She's not hot no more. Oh, Arkham, if you want to go ahead and say what you're going to say, go ahead.
I think it was pretty good trailer, but I don't know. It wasn't as good as the Flash trailer.
Nerdman's here.
Oh boy.
Utter garbage. Like
This was utter rubbish. I can't believe you MCU shills. And this James Gunn's going to run DC. How dare he? He doesn't have the temerity.
You better not.
in
You
his
better
I mean,
not bring-
visually,
you better
it
not
it
bring
visually
this
just
shit.
doesn't look like a bad trailer to me. Visually,
You better
it's
not bring
bad
this
looking.
shit to DC. You better not. Like, it looks awful. It looks like every MCU movie.
Not
Every
this one,
single
not this
MCU
one.
movie.
The Guardians movies
Yeah, it does.
always look different.
This
They always
not.
look different.
They look a little bit different. It's just because the other MCU movies are so bad, but like this just looks
Like
so
this
bad.
part right
It-
here
it-
with the CG, the colors and stuff.
Every
Most MCU
joke
movies wish they can look
was
like this.
every joke
Shang-Chi
was
wasn't even
whack.
looking like this.
Why are you co-signing this dude? I don't understand it.
I'm not- look, I'm not- I'm just-
I hope he changes his style. I really do.
Nerdman, one thing
I
about
hope
the
he does.
Guardians movies, they're not visually bad. They're not
I
visually
don't
bad.
say they're visually bad. I'm saying
Yeah, look
look
at these Power Rangers on screen.
But look, I personally don't care about this team like that, so this trailer didn't move me. But I thought it was an okay trailer. It didn't move me though, because I don't care about this team. I don't care about these characters. Only person I really care about is seeing, you know, my baby girl Nebula. But she's not cute no more because she got this ugly metal arm, and it's not sexy anymore. You know. She do got
What are
some
you
nice.
talking about? What are you talking? When was she sexy? What's wrong
She
with
always
you, bro?
been sexy in Endgame.
I-
She was sexy in Endgame. She was sexy in Endgame.
I brought this boy up to be a normal man. I don't know what happened. I blame. Look, I don't mind it. Look, I think the film's going to be good or whatever. I'm just tired of the politics. I'm tired of the politics. I've been so nice to the MCU historically, because I don't want to offend anyone. I want to just be like, oh, it's bullshit. This is what Scorsese hates about these movies. I swear to God, it makes me want to throw up. I can't stand any aspect of it, any of it. The dialogue, the music, the stupid acting. This guy is going to come over and be Booster Gold. I'm going to throw up when I see DC movies looking like this.
To define this music hate, because they use classic songs that are like number one hits in
like
Guardians 1 and 2.
Yeah, I want to see
like
the music part. Like, the music sounds fine.
No, the music, that's what they tricked you with. The music's good. But I'm telling you, you could use that music on any good movie, really. Or not even good movie, like any reasonably fun to look at thing, and it will improve the quality of it. Because you're using good tunes. You're using fun tunes that people liked as a kid.
Good, it's gonna be bad.
No, that's the formula. You want people to be happy. You put Jackson 5, I Want You Back, and they're skipping out of the trailer, out of the credits.
I mean, look, and that's the thing. Vishan does bring up a good point. Unless he's directing it, then some of the movies will look like this, but each director is going to have their own different style. Like when Andy Muschietti comes in, he has his own visual,
Andy Muschietti and this other guy will be good.
Unless he's directing it,
the one doing the Batman, basically, they'll be good. Anyone that James Gunn brings in, because you have to think, even with the best intentions, James Gunn, even with the best intentions, this is the stuff he likes. This is the stuff that, whatever it is that draws him into movie making, is something to do with what you see in his films, right? So if I'm to take this and the other shit that I see in his movies, I'm worried. I'm a little bit worried. I like the slate for the most part. I think it's a little bit stupid, some of the things that are movies that should be TV shows, and some of the things that are TV shows that should be movies. But in the end of the day, I don't ever want to see a DC trailer looking like this. I've seen close enough to that, and I still.
I think me and you in the same boat. We just don't. If we cared about these characters, I mean, this trailer is good. Like even me not caring, this trailer is good. But I'm telling you, if we cared about these characters, because I don't care about them or love them like that, I would care about this trailer more. I would be enthralled in it, but I'm not. It's just.
Why don't you care about the characters after 2 movies?
I never liked them since the first movie. I never cared about them since the first. I didn't say I don't like them. I never cared about them since the first movie. I never cared about them.
But that's what I'm saying. Why don't you care about them? I don't understand. If you watch Jason Bourne, you care about him. Or if you watch, you're saying, I think that your logic is, I didn't care about these characters in the comics. But if you do a good movie,
no, it's not that. I mean, that too. But even in the movies, I don't.
If you do a good movie like Blade or Watchmen,
I don't like them as a team.
Would you have watched the Watchmen sequel? And you didn't know the Watchmen before you saw Watchmen film, right?
No, yeah, I knew Watchmen before the film.
Oh, you knew Watchmen. Oh, okay, so another example.
Well, I didn't watch in 2009. When I watched Watchmen, I watched it when I read the graphic novel, then I watched the movie.
Yeah, I mean another example,
like 2011 or
like Harry Potter or something, right?
When I watched it,
or Harry Potter, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen Harry Potter movies before the books, but though the Harry Potter cast was such a good cast of people, and then
that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't want to take over or anything, but that's what I'm saying. If you watch a Harry Potter movie, you're immediately like, I care about the characters. If you watch You know, and you don't have to have known the lore before or read stuff before. There's movies that just get you into the characters. I just don't think there's any substance to the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. There's literally no reason to ever watch any of them again. They're good first watch. You watch them, it's fun, but there's nothing there that you missed.
You just said it. It's fun. The second time you watch it, it'll be fun again. You'll return to have fun.
Yeah, but usually when you watch a movie again and again and again, it's because there's layers to the movie. That, at least me, I watch movies multiple times when I feel like there are layers to it. There's things that you can kind of miss, you know, from the first watching, and I don't think that, or there's like some kind of moral message that is powerful that makes you, that brings you back to it because it's a kind of triumphant or powerful message. I don't think Guardians had any of that. I think
the way that the High Evolutionary has been testing up on Rocket Raccoon, it looks like Rocket's going to meet his old friend because he was hugging like an otter or some other beast. Yeah. I think that theme, as well as Nebula and her getting her parts all put back on her because she's imperfect, that's something that'll unite those two characters, and we'll kind of get more on like being our full selves. There could be a theme there. Does that satisfy you if it is there?
You know what? That was the best part of the trailer.
Okay.
That stuff was the best part of the trailer. I wish they just quit with all the jokes.
Yeah, and well, that's why I don't.
Because they're not funny.
Like a lot of the characters, a lot of my favorite characters in this superhero stuff in general isn't really like the comedic characters. They're the characters that's kind of more neutral or slightly more darker. It's just the Guardians. I don't like their effect on the MCU because they bled over into Thor. They bled over into Ant-Man, even though it's not Ant-Man, it's Scott Lang Ant-Man. Are like bumbling idiots that, you know, that they actually it started kind of slightly with Tony Stark, but the Guardians took it extra far because let's be honest, all their humor and comedy is based around how Tony Stark does it. Witty comebacks, snarky, douchey. It's kind of the same, but they just do more of it. Tony Stark is aimed with it, and it's funny. It's just I don't like the Guardians' presence.
Do you know why? Do you know why Seth Rogen and not Seth Rogen? No, is it Seth Rogen, the guy who does The Boys?
He produces. He helps. He produces.
Yeah, produces. Yeah, the reason his comedies work.
You mean Eric Kripke?
No, I'm just talking about the comedies that guy does works, and The Boys. The reason that works is because the comedic characters are different. They don't just have two comedic characters that they reuse over and over and over and over again. And
right,
to be fair to Marvel,
like a variety of your comedy characters. Like a lot of them, like Thor, he's just another one of the Guardians. His comedy's not that different from the other characters. He's literally kind of just like them now.
His comedy is exactly like Drax, right? And there's other characters who are just
I would say it's even worse. Drax is actually funny. Thor's not even funny. It's Chris Hemsworth is trying so hard to be funny.
He was funny when he was in Guardians at the end game when he was like, "Of course, you're the leader."
That scene in the ship, that was funny.
But,
I heard James Gunn directed those end game scenes.
I like the Guardians
Adam Warlock. Yeah, Adam Warlock too. Even though William Poulter, he does look good as Adam Warlock. I ain't gonna lie to you. William Poulter, Will Poulter as Adam Warlock, he looks good. He has probably one of the biggest. He's a good actor too. He's not a bad actor.
He is a good actor.
They've had them big demon eyebrows, but this man has glowed up. I gotta give him his props. He's glowed up.
That's a funny way to give props.
He looked like a demon with eyebrows.
I like the villain. The villain looks like he's kind of cool.
Yeah, he's a race swap actually. So
yeah, good. I'm happy for that.
No,
wait, chill.
Temporary.
Is he? Is this villain by any chance associated with the collector?
Is it okay that he's playing an alien, or is that not black enough?
No, I'm telling you that the studio has a finite amount of black castings that they do, and when they're burning
Yeah.
one on an alien who's not actually a black character, that pleases not me. That's what I'm saying.
So all the characters in superhero movies need to be from the hood, like streets, like fucking.
You see how you're making some extreme argument to think that you're right about something? That's not at all.
Shannon, I guarantee you, Adam Warlock's gonna be on the team.
Just walking around with pimp hats, like yo, representing and shit. Is that what it has to be? Actors, black actors can't do anything else, yeah.
You bring back some.
Can't play aliens. Black actors can't play aliens, or monsters, or vampires, or.
They can play aliens and vampires and monsters all they want if the studios didn't restrict the black castings. If they wanted to cast more black people in every role, sure, go have fun.
Did you go and see The Woman King?
Oh, what did you ask me? Did I see The Woman King?
Yeah, in the cinema.
You talking about the movie with slaves that are depicted that manner? That movie? I did see it, but that's like I don't know what you're going for.
So did you support black movies?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the ones that are
but the ones that are that they come out and blah blah. It's just impossible with you. You can't.
No.
Showmonger
is not the problem. It's not impossible for me to support a black movie. The problem is that the black movies that we get are gangs and broken families and times in the past which deal with slavery and cotton picking and nasty things like that. I'm not the reason why those movies think that way. If we had more black
female
movies,
African warriors who are serving a king. And they're fighting against another African warlord.
And there were slaves in that movie, and that's the beef.
Any slave. So if there's one slave...
I'm tired of it.
Okay, so Django Unchained, you watched that?
I watched that movie, yeah.
Oh, Django Unchained.
And you liked it? Oh, that was tight.
I like the Woman King,
when a white guy makes the movie,
I liked it.
Then it's tight. About slaves. When white dudes make it about
Django
slaves,
wasn't even.
tight.
Yes, Django was a slave, but later in the movie,
Nerdman, it was a tight movie. The Woman King was a good movie with good acting, with good story, awesome. But when the few times a movie gets a budget, like a $50 million budget, and it's to show people who are enslaved, couldn't we get woman empowerment without the slavery? No, we couldn't. That can't happen with a family that has no depictions of the R word, RAPE, which would have happened to Viola Davis' character. We couldn't just have like a wholesome good movie. That's what we're missing.
Right, because
wait, if you had have gone out and supported that movie, then maybe there would have been somebody given another budget to make another movie about Africa where they actually do the things that you're talking about. Like,
or they could have made that movie from the jump. Why
should they make that movie from the jump?
Just because their goal was to do women empowerment. They could have said the best empowerment we could possibly do is a movie about women who are empowered.
Because
like no slave stuff. Enough of that.
Nerdman, could have said that. Nerdman, let's be honest. Most black, I'll say this.
Superboy, Nerdman is not speaking facts. Superboy.
Most black movies that get made today, I'll be honest with you, I will look people dead in their face and tell them, go watch black movies that was made before the 90s. I will seriously tell them that because
what?
Whenever they get these black directors to come
in, they were all like gangster movies. What are you talking about? Like 90s movies, like you mean like well, White Man Can't Jump. He was a hustler.
Well, no,
then there was the big one that got the Oscar nominations. What was it with Ice Cube and Ricky Run? What's it called? Boys in the Hood, all of that kind of stuff. Like and those were good movies, but they were all about gangsters.
So was The Woman King, and I'm sure 12 Years a Slave.
So why don't you go out and support every good black movie made by a black artist and then criticize it, give them feedback. Don't make their whole careers fail so they can't work in Hollywood anymore because they're movie bombed.
Nerdman, the movie that you brought up about Emmett Till being trashed, I've been doing that. I've done that with I've done that on my platform. What you're asking for has been completed. There's a Woman King review on my channel. There's an Emmett Till movie on my channel, and I talk about how I'm not a fond that there was actually a scene where people were picking cotton.
Watch it?
Oh, you're not listening, huh?
Oh, go on.
I said the point. I have done exactly what you said.
Repeat it. So you went to the cinema and watched it.
Yeah.
Went to support a black artist who's making a good good movies.
yeah, even when the themes of it are of slavery or of some racist, nasty stuff that happened to Emmett Till, I've done this.
This was a good movie right here with a black lead. It was fun. Not the rebound.
What?
What movie with Martin Lawrence? The Rebound.
Anyone passes for black nowadays. There's Rachel Dolezal
Not
movie.
this one. Not this one. It was another. He was a basketball movie that he did. It was a black lead. The majority.
Love.
This was a good movie right here. It was fun.
So you just want fun, fluffy,
and you want Coach Carter? You want gang stuff and
Coach Carter is stuff like Coach Carter.
I want a black artist to be supported by black people. Black artists who are doing good. Maybe they're not exactly ideologically aligned with you, but you should support them, because if you don't, they won't have jobs in Hollywood and they'll never make the movies that you want them to. Rather, you support them and then give them feedback, then they're more likely to respect your opinion, rather than just fucking haranguing them on like YouTube. And I'm not talking about you now, to be fair, but haranguing them on YouTube channel after YouTube channel, saying how they tried to like do shit that they didn't try and do with the movie because you haven't even watched it yet. You're like reviewing the movie without even watching it. I fucking hate it. I think it's bullshit,
it's not that I don't want to. It's not that I don't want to support them, but it's like right nowadays, I'm being wise in my wallet. I'm being very wise in my wallet, especially for movies and stuff. There was a time when I just used to go watch just anything, especially anything, but I can't do that no more because, especially with the way content's being made now, and most stuff is either good or it's really bad. Either really good or really bad. There's rarely any movies anymore, especially big budget movies, that's kind of in the middle of like, you're just okay.
Yeah, there are. There's loads of them. In fact, most of them are. I'd say most of them
these
are
black movies and stuff, but I have seen enough. Me personally, I've seen enough of the same slavery movies over and over. And there's better
if you pay for it, like Nerdman's saying, you go support that slave movie and you let them know we want more slave movies.
It's not a slave movie. It's
I'm not saying it's a slave
warrior movie. Do you know Gladiator was a slave movie? Because if you're talking about that's a slave movie, then Gladiator's a slave movie. Because the gladiators were slaves.
Were there slaves in the movie?
The gladiators were slaves in that movie.
Oh, but were they black?
Does it matter? It's a slave movie.
No. Oh well, I didn't say so, but yes,
because white people get variety of movies and stuff. They got all these science fiction movies and stuff. All this, they get variety.
I'm not like a softie saying I'm anti-slavery. How dare that be in a movie? I'm saying that the only time
so the white people are allowed to make movies with slavery in it,
or you can talk over me and never listen. That's fine.
Okay.
No, man, if you're not gonna, but you're not. The reason that you said about the Gladiator, that was a slave movie, shows you're not listening. I'm only talking about black representation and the times people are depicted in that manner. There happens to be slaves in the movie, or there happens to be gangs. I'll say it again. Broken family.
Yes, I'm listening to you. But you've got a narrow view of what a black artist is allowed to fucking do for you to support them, and that's what I don't get. Like, they're never going to make the movie you want. They're never going to make the movie you want.
The woman, they're never going to make the movie I want. Well, it's not hard to have a movie that have both parents. Yeah, that's one of them. The role model is a lead. We got a lot of white characters with a lot of movies like that exist, and there's no slaves. What was my other impossible stipulation?
So wait a second. What about the one that Will Smith did recently?
Emancipation.
King Richard.
Yeah. King Richard was tight. That was a good ass movie.
Yeah. So there you go. You've got that movie. So movies why don't you just support that and support the Woman King and support like other good black movies?
I'll support.
You're saying they're not. You're saying like they're not making that movie at all, and they are making those movies.
Oh,
it just depends on the story. You have to understand why I take this personally, because it really does upset me when you are, as somebody who's a storyteller, you're judging something that a storyteller often has no control over what they're writing in the sense of, it's just an inspiration. It just comes as an inspiration. Like, I have to write this story. I have to tell this specific story. And it's coming and flowing to you. And I don't think often that there's anything cynical about their reasons for doing it. It's not like they're going, oh, I want to put more things about black people being slaves out into the world. I just feel like I really want to hang on that like thing to like make kids feel bad about themselves about like slavery or something.
No,
that's not what they're thinking. They
storyteller
are artists.
isn't thinking that way. And if you want to make any story anywhere on these small levels on the independents and you want to get that out there and that's your passion, that's where you took it, fine. Even if you want a race swap at the school play, fine. But let the best actor happen to do it, even if he doesn't match the appearance of that. But when we get to Hollywood, well, let me finish, Kate.
Sorry. Yeah, go.
There's patterns that are put in place, and that's what I'm at. And Hollywood, it has an exposure to billions of people, and that controls perception of other people. So when I see somebody who's got a darker skin than like a melanated skin tone, when we see that, I would like it to be in more positive roles because I've seen so many patterns of the negative depictions I keep mentioning. So individually, that's cool. Hello, Perp. Individually, if that storyteller is not wrong, there's nothing inside there that I'm hating on a person. But what's all we get, and if you're like doing that type of movie all the time, like the pattern is the problem.
Like here.
Okay, so you're punishing somebody who's making a good film though for a pattern that emerged before them, because The Woman King clearly isn't just simply a slave movie.
It was different enough.
This was a really good black-led movie.
Okay,
still had slaves in it.
And just one last thing. I need to ask you a question because I really need to know this. Are you too ashamed of coming from slaves or something?
I'm not ashamed.
Is it or descending from slaves? Because if there's any sort of thing where there's a feeling of, oh, I don't want that to be how my past is represented and blah, I want a more optimistic view of my past or something like that.
No, that's not
fine.
Because slaves wasn't the only thing I'm mentioning. I mentioned gangs, and I mentioned also like mothers who are pregnant and they're out of wedlock.
Are you ashamed of that?
Am I ashamed of it? Like you mean like
that black people like that? That there's quite a lot of black people like that in America. Are you ashamed of that?
No,
Or do you think that the representation is going to make things, basically that kids will look at it and they'll,
that's what kids like. Kids look at this stuff, even though and this is the thing. A lot of people look at this shit. That's why is that whole thing about when a shooting happens, right? And then the media tries to blame, oh, he played a video game. Like, no, it's fake. Why are you blaming something fictional? But people do that because sometimes this media does affect the way people look at things. And when these kids see, these kids watch a black movie and they see something, they're going to go out there and, repeat something that they shouldn't be repeating.
Then here's the problem. They needn't be ashamed of that. They needn't feel bad about that. And we as older black people should teach them they shouldn't feel ashamed or bad about any of that past that's happened to them or any of the current things that are happening in places where there's huge amounts of poverty, because the same things are happening in white areas and all over the world where there
is there an overrepresentation of those white areas in film? No, there's not an overrepresentation.
Look, no, I'm not saying that. I'm simply saying there's not much representation of black movies in general.
And then
there's so very few black movies in general. That's why I'm saying
there's the positive ones like King Richard.
When you've got a very
even in the positive ones, King Richard, there was still coming from a poor ass neighborhood where we actually got to see some negativity where dude was hitting on Richard's daughter, one of his oldest daughter, and like that was like a poor. It was negative.
But see, chill.
But he came back.
That film showed some hardships. By the end of that movie. Still, it ended on a very positive note, a very positive message.
So does The Woman King.
Yeah, so does The Woman King, but does Star Wars, does Guardians of the Galaxy? Think of all these other white movies that never have to touch on things of that nature.
Yeah, but then you're just hiding. Then you're just hiding everyone from the truth.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not saying get rid of. yeah, not saying
You
get
know?
rid of these movies, but there needs to be more of just movies or with just black people that just literally like, are we there yet? Like it's just a road trip. Not saying it needs to be
I
exactly
want to
like
say
that.
this.
Space Jam
I
2.
want to
road
say this
trip.
very confidently.
Black people on a road
I
trip.
agree with you that then I want to see as many variety of movies, but I want to say this very clearly to any young black person or anything like that. There is no reason to be ashamed.
Don't take this ashamed route.
No,
I'm taking the representation route.
I feel like there's an aspect to it where you're worried about younger people watching that and internalizing this kind of slave representation that they see.
Yes.
And internalizing that, I can't do better than that because look at this thing that happened in past. Like if this is all that black people are, I don't know exactly what you're saying, but like
you finish your sentence.
that.
If this is all that black people are viewing,
right,
and then it may impact
how
the
can
way
I
that...
achieve? How can I achieve things if this is all that
That's
But
one.
again,
and then there's the white people who watch this,
think
and don't forget the white people who are going to watch this, and the only time they ever see black people in their towns, which maybe they don't have much exposure to because their parents keep them away, maybe that shows, oh my God, it's only ever people who are dealing drugs and the other negative things.
Again, fuck them.
They're going to be in positions of power. How much better would it be if those people
don't give a shit what they think.
I think
fuck them. We've got to start saying, because they will never do anything.
No.
So significantly help the black community. So don't worry about
this.
Them.
Still hurts.
Those powerful people. There are some genuine ones, but the overwhelming majority. And I'm not talking about like it's inbuilt into the culture is to dismiss black achievement.
But part of the culture is the entertainment.
Belittle and whatever black achievement. It's encrusted even in the liberal side, even in the ones that feel like they're trying to help us.
It's like
it's ingrained in that culture. So fuck them. It's about really getting that rebellious side of yourself internally and being able to say, fuck all that, fuck what they think of me. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I don't care how many slave movies are out there or how many things. If a slave movie can rock your confidence, or a drug dealer movie can rock your confidence, then I don't think your parents are doing a good enough job of building you up to be robust and fucking strong and be able to take shit on.
Excuses the influence of movies.
That's why I look at with these movies, right? With these movies we watch,
you have to teach your own kids to be proud of themselves because the schools ain't gonna do it.
All right, let me bring up RJ's comment because look, he does, and this is what I'm talking about. Majority of people that consume Tyler Perry movies is women, precisely aunties, grandmas. My mom and them all used to watch the plays and stuff. I'm not saying my mom believes this stuff. She's class. She old school, like born in the 50s. They grew up totally different. But a lot of black women watch these Tyler Perry movies. In the first Tyler Perry movie, Diary of a Mad Black Woman, which one it was, the main villain of that movie, a abusive dark-skinned man, and then his wife, who he was abusing, gets saved by this buff, macho, light-skinned man with braids that goes to church and all that. He's all holy and stuff, and it's going to create a perception, and some kids going to look at that. Some people going to look at that and go like, man, them dark-skinned dudes, them light-skinned boys, good boys. That's why if you guys see those jokes where like light-skinned people do things in a more elegant manner and dark-skinned people do things in a more savage way, you guys seen those memes and stuff?
Yeah.
That's not saying I do laugh at those. I think those are funny, but they can do some harm too.
Yeah.
It can do some harm when certain stuff gets.
I know these things can do harm, and when they constantly, but
I
would tell my daughter if I was watching 12 Years a Slave, for instance, with my if I had an older daughter or whatever, I would say to her, look at that woman's performance. She's one of the best actresses, if not the best actress in the world right now, and she's fucking black. That's black achievement. Fuck what the film is about. Look at that fucking performance. And that's why I say, for me, more than what the contents of it is. I mean, unless it's stupid like Tyler Perry and it's really belittling or whatever. But beyond the contents, I think the thing that black actors should be looking for is the most challenging, to show you are the best in the world at this job. And that's what Viola Davis does. That's what
man. I'm in support of you. If you're with your child, and for that one movie you say, look at Lupita Nyong'o. I'm guessing that's what you're talking about. And you say, great job there, great performance. That's one movie. The issue is the pattern. There's a Harriet Tubman movie also. There's Roots. When's the next Emancipation? I would even consider The Woman King as a movie that takes place within the slave times. How many more times can we revisit 200 years ago, go to the slavish times and say, there's a story to tell here. There's a story to tell here. How many more can happen like that? I'm sick of it. I think it's been done enough. It happens frequently. What's not happening frequently is, what's in the movie today? Megan? Yeah, where's my horror movie with black people? Thank you, Jordan Peele, for thinking that way and just having a diverse cast.
It's there.
Yeah, it's there. It's there. And I support those. I got a Nope review on my channel.
Oh yeah,
I mean, Little Monsters. She's done Black Panther. She's done Us. She's done Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
That's why. Look,
12 Days a Slave, The Jungle Book. Like she's done. So again, it's like she's. It's.
Remember yesterday on stream when Danny came in and he said, we should support all these super movies and stuff. I can see where he's coming from, but I don't fully agree because I'm not going to go waste money on Venom 3. I'm not going to go waste money on Morbius 2. I'm not going to go waste money on an Ant-Man 3. Well,
really?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that for
free.
free.
Yeah, yes.
Because the Ant-Man 3, right? And this is the thing. I only want to see one thing, and that's Kang. But there's so much more in Ant-Man 3, right? Yes, I should go support it so I can see more super movies come. But we're at the point where it's like there's enough super movies, people like them enough to where they're going to be around. I just don't need to support every single one.
I think only the MCU is going to be around. I think DC's going down.
Nah, DC about to smack them down. When that Superman Legacy drops, man,
I
we
think
about to
it's
catch
too
them
little,
with
too
their
late.
pants down, nerd, man. They about to.
I hope so. Do you get what I'm saying?
We're about to catch them with their pants down. They're not ready for that Superman movie. They're going to be all like,
James Gunn is not even. I don't think anything could have saved it at this point. Like maybe nothing. I don't think there was just. It was too long. They waited too long. So what is it? 20 years since Iron Man and all of that kind of stuff, just to sort out a Justice League movie. It's done.
Yeah.
Like a last thing.
3, 4. How many Avengers movies have there been?
4,
5, 4,
and
4
Civil War.
Avengers movies, and Civil War, and little other kind of Avengers style movies. That ship has jumped, bro. They needed to have been on Justice League 2 at least by now.
Nerman, did you see the show?
Huh?
Lovecraft Country.
Lovecraft Country. I watched a bit of it. I got a little bit bored. I have to say, I tried. I really did try though.
Look, yes. Even though even this show is set in time where it's in the 40s, it deals with racism, Jim Crow, all that and stuff. But it's a Lovecraftian. It's a Lovecraftian black story. They got magic and stuff. All this spirit, it's dealing with slavery, talking about those topics. This show pissed off a lot of white people. It was so good. That's how good this shit was.
Same with Watchmen.
But it's a totally different genre. It's Lovecraftian magic, all that stuff. This like shit like Lovecraft Country. Like I'm totally fine with you talking about slavery and all the past stuff that happened to us. There's nothing wrong with that. But
you guys are gonna hate my
Lovecraft Country was variety, but HBO freaking canceled it. They canceled a good ass fucking show.
You're gonna hate my book when it comes out. I can tell you that much.
Michael K. Williams, Journey Smollett, not her brother.
Why are you laughing, Arkham? What does that mean?
I think he listened to Your audio book that you posted.
No, I was saying that you guys are going to hate my book then because it touches on that, because I'm looking at pre-colonial Africa and I wanted to get
I mean, but
do
isn't your story
a
though based in
fantasy
like
novel based on
it's
pre-colonial
fantasy?
African
That's what I'm
myth.
talking about. Like, I'm totally fine with you
But
people talking
I
about
still wanted to deal with the fact that eventually slavery happened.
which I don't have no problem. But at least you're diving into a different genre. That's the thing. Like, we barely have any black fantasy movies. We barely have any black most movies we get is like
you can see why I take it personally.
Slavery, Jim Crow.
You're not Hollywood.
Setting class or we're gangsters. And some of our gangster movies are really good. We have a lot of better gangster movies than most regular gangster movies that Hollywood makes. Hoodlum,
exactly.
all that.
So be proud of it. We make
Which
sick gangster movies. Yeah, like look at Training Day, man. That shit was tight.
We just need different roles. We need to be in different genres. Shoot, a movie. I want to see a movie like Pacific Rim with just a black cast. Making giant run robots and stuff, and we're fighting off monsters and like.
And there's a black lead. What do you know? Somebody who's making the decisions. Somebody who's running alongside the robots. Oh no, I hope he doesn't get squished. And we're in anticipation of every breath.
So too good, Aubrey. They got scared. They got scared because that show was touching upon so much topics and stuff, and it was scaring some people. That was a good show.
HBO Max is good. It's merging anyway, so HBO Max is gonna be no more anyway.
What's it gonna be now?
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna be called, but
$20 max, I believe.
So, they're gonna merge. Like what I read, they're gonna merge it into a new service. They're gonna have some content from Discovery, but everything from HBO Max go into the new streaming service, and that's gonna be the new streaming service, and they'll probably take HBO Max off of the App Store or whatever. Like that website will no longer exist. But for people,
I just asked about the name because I think HBO Max was a terrible name. It does have HBO in it, so that's helpful. But
it's probably gonna be called maybe Discovery Plus, or I don't know.
I love the way Arkham just stays silent like the whole time we're talking about it. What's your opinion on all of this, Arkham?
He's white. Right, Arkham?
Yeah, what's your opinion on all this?
I was looking at the new posters.
Oh, the old posters excuse, huh?
We're about to get on to the next topic.
There's
new Flash posters?
Yeah, there's new Flash posters on Twitter. Didn't you see?
Oh, he drops new ones?
Yeah.
Let me see.
That's what
but they don't.
Yeah, I'll bring it up on the Flash topic. That's the last one.
We can't watch Malcolm X. It's too much about like black exploitation and repression. So Malcolm X is just a movie we can't support. You know, we don't want that because that will make our kids feel bad.
But see that Malcolm X movie. Remember, Malcolm X movie was fire. Denzel.
But according to your logic, we can't watch those kind of movies. Things about
I'm telling you this
shit like Malcolm X is what is necessary. Because look, Nerdman, one thing we don't have today, one thing we lack today in our community and in this world right now for us black people is a Malcolm X and a Martin Luther King, a Rosa Parks. Not people that just tell us what to do, but be examples that we can follow. You know, like,
and we got the Fred Hampton movie and the Malcolm movie and the Harriet movie.
We got his Dr. Umar.
And what about 4 nights in
Miami?
Yeah, One Night in Miami.
Okay, there's that movie too. It is year 2023.
Wait,
and Killmonger has seen them all. I'm good. Let's move.
But was
forward.
it good?
No, yeah, I'm in favor of these things. Even the beginning scene.
No, One Night.
The football play.
Go.
Was it with when Aldous Hodge was playing Jim Brown, right? And he goes to the white dude's house and he was like, "Hey, let's offer you something to drink." And then he goes, he wouldn't let him inside the home. Remember that?
Yeah.
Like, that was some eye-opening. You know, these movies are good, but I gotta see another one. Malcolm X has been in movies how many times now? He was in the Will Smith Ali movie. He was in what's his name? This one.
It's only a few good Malcolm X movies, but Denzel is probably the best one.
I saw him in the KK Klansman. Well, no, Black Klansman with Spike Lee. I saw that one. They had Malcolm X in it also. All right, Malcolm, good job. Malcolm's covered. Next.
I'm not talking about Malcolm X. I'm talking about the topic of that again was about black people being exploited by white society. It wasn't a happy story about black people. So,
and it was good.
And it was great. I mean, it wasn't just good; it was great.
was
I think it was the best movie of the year, if anything, or at least contender for it. So, does that you wouldn't support a movie like that now?
Bro, I'm just
If
saying
it
we
came out
got
now?
and DC Diesel says the Hurricane movie where that boxer went to jail, prison. Yes, okay, they're all good, and it's now 2023 where all of those have happened. I don't need to see more. What I do need is what we haven't been getting a lot of, which is the King Richards and the Nopes, Us that Jordan Peele is producing. If Tyler Perry wants to do something that's more like, I don't know, better, in my opinion, that doesn't have these negative themes, let's get to it.
Okay. Good. End of conversation. Let's get back to comics. If you want, you can continue. It's your stream.
Let's give our final thoughts on the Guardians 3 trailer. Then we're going to get to the Flash. I'll talk about these posters they just brought out. These posters look dope. But final thoughts on the Guardians film.
The High Evolutionary is a race swap, and what we need to... Okay, that's how we started this, right?
Freak the MCU for getting rid of James Gunn like that. DC, we got you. We got you, Gunn. We take you with open arms over here, Gunn. Take care of me. I take care of you. I scratch your back. You scratch my back. I do some other things for you. You do some other things for me. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want. Gunn, it's your final ride with the Guardians. I'm going to be there. I may not pay to watch this. I might watch it at home.
Okay, one thing I'll say, the low tone and oh my God, I'm going to die. Avengers Endgame had Iron Man talking like that, like he was going to die. Yep. And he did. So they do have credibility. We could lose every member.
Yeah,
good.
I agree with that.
Gamora Nebula.
Good. I hope it ends like that. So that we just
because this is his final Guardians film. It kind of makes sense if maybe everyone dies.
That would be good. Like he did to the Suicide Squad. Just kill everyone. Kill all the main characters.
He didn't kill everyone.
Kill fucking what's his name? The Boomerang guy before he's even met Flash. Kill all of them. Yeah,
he met Flash. Where are you talking
See if he disrespects the Guardians the way he disrespected fucking Suicide Squad.
I have no clue what you're talking about. He did meet the Flash.
Oh, in that one little scene. Okay.
But he still met the Flash though.
You better go support these movies in theaters. I won't allow it.
You remember he made it onto the squad.
This shit hard, man. Look, they be fucking me over, especially the MCU, man. Y'all fucked me over with Abomination and Shang-Chi. I was like, yo, Abomination back. Yay! Guess what? I go see the movie. He punches himself and beats himself up. I'm like, shit. Fuck. I'm excited for She-Hulk. I go support She-Hulk. I'm like, yay, She-Hulk. Then Abomination's all like namaste and bullshit. Fuck. This shit is getting harder, man. That's why I'm being careful with my wallet. They're being very careful with my wallet now, especially for these movies and stuff. Even the TV shows. Some TV shows and stuff I'm afraid to watch nowadays. And do I really want to waste the time? Like The Last of Us, I haven't even watched episode 3 and 4 and 5 yet. I'm kind of waiting until it finishes because at least I don't gotta wait week to week for something potentially to go wrong.
Week to week.
And it ends bad. And I'm like, damn, I wasted weeks watching this. And I just watched it all.
Have you guys been watching it?
I watched it. I'm on episode 2 the last. So far, I think it's a good adaptation of the video game.
Oh, I've been really liking it. I've been liking the weekly stuff. For me, I like weekly episodes when it comes out every week, so you can talk about it more.
Yeah, I do as well. But I'm not loving it as much as I like something like The Walking Dead, the first 2 seasons.
I still think The Walking Dead first season is better though, because characters. Now I don't think Joel and Ellie are bad characters. I don't think they're bad characters because they're very much similar to the game version. They're really good characters. I think Pedro Pascal is doing a spot on job, and Bella Ramsey, our girl who kills giants, she's doing a great job too.
Yeah,
as Ellie. But it's I can't.
How many episodes are left?
I think it's only going to be 9 episodes. 9 or 8.
I think I heard 10.
10 is the max I can see it going, but I think it's only 8.
I really like this series. I'm just a little concerned for next series because like The Last of Us 2 is like the most controversial one in the Last of Us franchise.
Oh, is it? What's happening?
Yeah, it is. It's very.
Yeah,
A
Last
lot
of
of
Us 2 sucks.
a lot of people don't like it. The story wise
Yeah, it sucks.
with the game, the sequel.
I mean, I'm not. I kind of like the first episode, and then the second episode. It drags though, an hour and a half. It's like they're trying to make it like this big movie.
Yeah, they
and,
kind of
like
they're.
I don't know
like,
if if I can handle it.
For me, in the first episode, the first episodes, Nerdman, if you remember it, they explain the virus. Like at the beginning of the episodes, first episode, they have the actor from The Mummy, good actor, explaining what a virus. Well, not
a virus, but
what was he explaining? He was basically explaining what what would happen if an outbreak happened. He was just giving hypotheticals, examples, and stuff of the microcordyceps and all that and stuff. Second episode, the intro, they show patient zero. Well, who patient zero bit, and then she got infected. In the game, they don't show how things happen. They're just in it. And for me in the show, it's like I don't really care about how it happened because in the game you never focus on it. It's cool to get some, I guess, more to it, but it's not really necessary. Like seeing how the outbreak happened, because zombies, and I mean, people got sick. Somebody got sick and bit somebody else. Because how it started doesn't really matter. How we cure it is what matters the most. Honestly, if you go and talk about trying to fix this, how you cure it matters the most. And I'm not going to spoil
let it play out. What you'll see, maybe the way that they started it will be part of the cure answer.
Yeah, I mean,
you'll see. I don't want to spoil it for you. I
just don't think it's as exciting television as they're making out. To be honest, I don't know about the game. Maybe the game is better or something, but
it's Nerman. I'll give it.
I'm just like
I'll give it this. For a video game adaptation, it's really good.
It is really good for a video game.
Yeah, adaptation goes, it's not bad. It's actually better than normal.
It's one of the best for a video game adaptation.
It's better than that Halo show, which totally fucked up.
If you put it side by side by the game, it's very
spot on.
Very spot on and everything like that. Like if you haven't put
but does it have that tension, like that sense of danger that I felt?
The game,
all-consuming danger.
The game, because they took out an aspect in the game where when you go into certain rooms, so they took out these things called spores. Basically, I remember in the second episode when they went inside that building and those clickers was walking around.
Yeah.
So in the game, what made it even more intense is that they couldn't walk into those areas without a gas mask, and if they take out the gas mask, they die. So because if they breathe in the air, they're going to get infected. So they can't breathe in the air. There's zombies walking around. Then they have to be silent. If they take out the gas mask, they die. But they took that out just so they can show the actor's face more. And I don't think they should have took out something like that because that's what added more tension in the game. Because it's so much more stake. It's so much more going on in this situation where you're playing it and it's like, damn, I can't breathe the air. I have to be silent and I can't move too quick because if I do, it's like, damn, you're kind of screwed. And there's so many of these clickers in one room.
But other than that criticism, it's very good.
Yeah. Other than that, I think it's solid so far.
It's solid. But I don't know. I don't think it'd be the cultural. Has it become like a cultural thing like they wanted it to, like a big, like the big new TV show? I don't know that it has.
I think this is HBO Max first game adaptation and stuff like that. So it's being perceived very well from a lot of Last of Us fans. So it's good. And compared to other, I would say, game adaptations, I feel like this one is probably the best that we've got.
Yeah, I mean, there's not that many good ones. There's only good ones is the first Mortal Kombat movies, the Sonic movies, this
Uncharted's pretty trash too.
Uncharted. Like it's not that many. Uncharted's like anime live action movies. They suck. They don't have a good reputation. They're just bad.
Yeah, when it comes to game adaptations, you don't have a very good reputation, and it's good that you get in a good game adaptation, and it's being perceived very well.
How about the Adam Sandler video game with Pac-Man and Donkey Kong? That wasn't good.
Actually, you know what? I did like that movie. A lot of people didn't like that. I liked that movie.
Right on.
Peter Dinklage was dope in that movie, man. He was the GOAT.
And you know,
they
make a lot of X-Men games, so X-Men are video game movie. No, that's a stretch.
They made some X-Men video game, like directed video game movies based off those suck.
I know they're making a Wolverine game, so that's gonna be cool.
It's gonna be original story, not based off a video game movie, or not based off a movie.
Yeah.
Will they be in a Canadian city?
Like, I know Insomniac is making it, so like, if you like the Spider-Man games, you'll probably like this very much. And
just recycle the map like they did for Miles. He's in New York also.
Recycle the map, put in snow. Well, no, I think hopefully it takes place in a more like rural area because you don't want to be Wolverine on a motorcycle. You know, the lone wolf.
Yeah, you're right. I don't need to see Wolverine swinging. We're not gonna see it. So
hopefully it's not in New York. I mean, hopefully it's like different regions and stuff. He might be the game might take place in Canada. Well, no, because the game is going to be before. It's supposed to be before he meets the X-Men.
Yeah.
So he's probably going to be in Canada. So Canada's about to get some representation. Finally, chill. You know, shouts out to Canada.
We have not had an MCU movie go there once. Not once.
Not even. Oh, it did. The non-Deadpool movies never been to Canada. They hate Canada, man.
I'm interested on what kind of movesets they're gonna make with the Wolverine character. Like,
I think they're gonna take inspiration from that X-Men Origins Wolverine game.
How video games make you build up, and maybe someone will inject something inside him where he can only do one claw at a time, and then when you get halfway through, you got both hands with 6 claws, and
I want to see extremely violent. I want to be so violent.
And when he gets to level 8, he gets his 3 claws.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. So let's get to the Flash trailer. We're gonna end at 10. We only got like 20 minutes left, but Arkham let us know that they dropped some posters, not just Cindy's posters. Oh, they look so fucking good.
Pretty.
All right.
And if you tag the Flash, I think the Flash movie, it drops like the Flash symbol all over Twitter and stuff like that.
So let's look at Sasha Calle's Supergirl. She looks great to me. I think she looks good. She looks sexy.
She's not blonde.
Hey. All you need to do is dye her hair. And
they didn't. They didn't dye her hair.
And to be fair, this is a multiverse movie, so I'm letting it slide. But our DCU Supergirl, I need her to be white. I need her to be Caucasian. I need her to have blonde hair. This, I'm letting it slide because it's a multiverse version.
You know, Grace Randolph has a point, though, about this, because...
What?
Why you say that like we are up to speed on what Grace Randolph has said? Like,
yeah, who cares what Grace Randolph says?
Huh?
I know.
I'm not even saying it in a mean way. I'm just saying, like, I don't follow her.
I thought she was super harsh on this trailer. I always watch her trailer reactions because I find them fairly entertaining. Not because she's always got she's like more hot takes than me. Like I should bow down to her in terms of hot takes on films and whatever. But like she was saying that how they've got to a point where they're doing a film that is twisting the main continuity of DC, but it hasn't established the main continuity of DC yet because you haven't got a proper Superman, you haven't got a blonde Supergirl. So the impact of seeing a different type of Supergirl when you haven't even seen the normal one is not going to have the same kind of, it's not going to have the same impact.
And
like for us comic book fans who are watching it, we're like, whoa, or comic book, like people who read comic books, we're like, whoa. But the average person might look at a lot of what's happening in the Flash trailer and be like, "Oh, Michael Keaton's really the cool thing," and then the rest of it, like, I don't see what's so significant about it.
Well, and that's why for this, I always said this, and I even said this before you even seen this trailer in a while back. I was never too fond of Flashpoint being the first Flash movie because even before even before Walter Matthau came in and Zach was still in charge, when the Flash movie he wanted to do was going to be Flashpoint, and even now I was like, why can't just be a regular Flash movie? Now,
who wanted to do Flashpoint? Snyder?
Yeah.
He was going to Flash.
No, he didn't.
No.
The first Flash movie was going to be the Fumiyawa one, which was like kind of a Flash stroke. What's his name?
Well, I could.
Cyborg. It was going to be a movie with that featured him in it, but ultimately it was going to be pretty much a Flash origin movie. It was not.
Yeah, that was the original plan, but when Zach when Zach was gonna be part of the Flash movie, he says I don't know exactly the words, but he said it was gonna be a Flash movie, a Flashpoint movie.
No, that was going to be the sequel to the Flash.
Oh, that was.
So when he wanted to end the universe, he said when he wants to end the Snyderverse, he was going to do it with the Flashpoint movie.
I thought that was going to happen in Justice League 3 though, because that's the movie where Batman dies, then Barry has to fix time, and then it goes to where Superman's son that Batman had with Lois becomes Batman, and Superman is still Superman.
Yeah. But that would have been that Justice League. Then right after that, he would have done Flashpoint.
Let me look at the original slate because
that wasn't. He wasn't trying to say that's a Flash. Like that's what Flash is going to do in the movie, like a Flashpoint in that sense. He did say Flash was going to time travel in that movie. That's true.
Okay, so the Flash movie was going to happen after Justice League Part 1. You're right. A Flashpoint was going to happen in Justice League Part 3 though. But for me personally, for this first movie, I don't think it should be Flashpoint. But with the predicament we're stuck in and all this shit,
what a great scenario!
It is what it is.
No, but how thankful are we that it's Flashpoint, considering a new studio head is coming in here? You go, oh yeah, reset, perfect.
Yeah, I mean, shit. This is probably the perfect thing for David Zaslav and them at this moment. Like they damn near took this shit at the right time because like, oh shit. We can just use this shit to reboot. They already did the legwork. We just use it to reboot and stuff. Now look, I agree. Yes, there should have been a Supergirl established. There should have been all these versions established, but DC was poorly managed by the executives and they didn't have no clear vision. Movies was not coming out like they should have. Shoot, we were supposed to get a Batgirl movie with Joss Whedon. Never came. We were supposed to get a Nightwing movie.
Thank fucking God.
Never came. Still in production hell. We were supposed to get so much DC movies, but there was the management was shit. So
the only ones I was interested in were Green Lantern, Flash, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. That was it, and they should have had Martian Manhunter as well. Yeah, I wasn't interested.
And at this moment, and at this moment, this is what we stuck with. I'm not tripping about it because as long as you execute this properly, I'm cool with it. Execution is all that matters. This movie is not Flashpoint the comic. It's Flashpoint inspired. It's an adaptation. Your execution matters. They changed a lot of things. Kara is basically Supergirl from the Flashpoint, Superman from the Flashpoint comic. Just tweaked in this case is Supergirl. Michael Keaton Batman is Thomas Wayne Batman.
No, he isn't. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
He's basically in that role. It's just a different Batman.
Yeah. Okay.
Mind you, it's just the execution that matters. All this can be executed very well with the amount of changes they made.
Look at Ezra Miller like looking down in shame.
No, he's
they don't want to see his face.
Nah, he's praying for better times because he's praying for better times. That's what he's doing.
The shot was
They've done a good job of hiding.
You know what though? Wait a minute. There might be some wisdom behind this to why there's no face. You know, they want to shy away from the Ezra controversy. No. You were joking, nerd man. I think that there was actually a reason for this poster. You know, just like, hey, it's about the Flash. Look at the red.
Preach, brother, chill, preach.
I'm done. That's it. Like that was the reason why. It was to block the actual likeness of this guy.
Space,
Remember, it's about Flash.
No, I agree.
He knows he fucked up. He better keep his head down in shame. He knows he fucked up. Yeah. And look, we got 2 Ezra Millers in this movie. So we got 2 Hawaiian bandits in this movie. And we're about to see some shit go down.
I think it's going to be excellent, but I don't know that it's going to be enough. And I think
Arkham, was there more posters or was it just these 3?
Just those 3.
I think
But apparently there's gonna be more marketing this week. Yeah. Other than that,
I want to see what Zod's poster gonna look like.
I mean, the film looks super exciting. I really do. I wish they were just continuing with that story in a sense, because it's going to be jolting. We'll see. But you know what I really do appreciate about what Gunn is doing, and I hope he really follows through on this. If everything is really, really interwoven and connected, that might save things. I mean, and I hope that the tone is, as he promised, not going to be the James Gunny kind of tone for everything. Maybe a couple of movies can be like that, but like that's max. I want to see different styles of filmmaking in this.
Here's the thing, like it's not gonna, like, he'll have a certain tone, or like every director has a different tone with their movies. So you probably have a different. So say James Gunn doesn't do the new Superman movie. I don't think he's gonna do Superman movie. It's probably gonna be a director. It's gonna be different tone and everything like that. Movie. So it's like each of the directors will probably have a different tone, but it's not gonna be like what you think it's gonna be.
Yeah, well, I hope each of them have a different tone, but we'll see. I think he should really. I think he really should just show how this is getting to the Justice League. That's the thing that I really want to know most. Like, what story of the Justice League are we leading into?
Did you see the synopsis?
Who's the main villain?
I think it's gonna be Brainiac.
What was the
synopsis? For the first chapter? I think the end all be all is gonna be Brainiac.
Okay, Dots. Did you see the synopsis
of what, the Flash movie?
Yeah.
I kind of don't want to look at it because I'm not trying to get spoiled.
Okay.
Wait, does it like reveal some stuff? Because I ain't trying to get spoiled.
Not really. Like, just go on the Flash news.
Because I've seen my fair share of
the Flash film news. I think they show it. Yeah, it's for.
Hold up, let me show one more thing. This for Nerd Man, because I'll look out for Nerd Man. Nerd Man.
Thank you.
I got something for you that you would like. You know, you don't like Michael Shannon's Zod. You think he's trash, which is fine.
Oh, I think he's the amazing Zod. To be honest, he's my favorite. He's my favorite live action Zod.
Shut up.
Nice, shut up.
Shut your mouth. Shut your whole mouth. No, like Superman 2 Zod is way better. What are you talking about? I win. I always win. Come on, man. All of those lines.
Look, Nerdman, I got a gift for you. You're gonna appreciate this. The King.
The King, exactly. Look at this guy.
Okay.
Just pure narcissism all the time.
I'm the president. Our Neil
will
save lives. It will.
That's good. He's so perfect.
I'm the man they're protecting.
Dang, that was good. I think I like Michael Shannon. I like them both. Prefer, I do like the ferocity of Michael Shannon's. I think they're both good. I think they're both.
No, but don't sleep on the Superman.
I do. No, Superman 2 is my favorite Reeves movie. Hold up, Superman 2 is my favorite Reeves movie. I fuck with Zod. Zod's my guy. Zod's my guy. Like,
sick.
You have Superman 2 gave you a calm, more calm Zod. Man of Steel gave you more unhinged Zod that's so hell bent on bringing his people back to their glory.
So do you want me to read the synopsis?
Yeah,
you can. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'll just read it from my screen. It says the worlds collide in the Flash when Barry uses his superpowers to travel back in time in order to change events of the past, but when his attempt to save his family eventually alters the future, which Zod returns, threatens. I have no. I'm just gonna put it on screen because I can't read everything.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll bring it up.
Some of the words I don't understand.
They gave a bit too much. I want to be in mystery of how Zod returns, but okay. I guess Zod returns because of that reason. Fine.
Well, I'll say this. I think it's I kind of like the fact that it is ending. Like this reboot ends with Zod. Like it started with him. It's about to end with him.
You see on my screen?
Yeah, I'll read it. Worlds collide in the Flash when Barry uses superpowers to travel back in time in order to change the events of the past. But when his attempt to save his family inadvertently alters the future, Barry becomes trapped in a reality in which General Zod has returned, threatening annihilation, and there are no superheroes to turn to. That is, unless Barry can coax a very different Batman out of retirement and rescue a imprisoned Kryptonian, albeit not the one he's looking for, ultimately to save the world that he is in and return to the future that he knows. Barry's only hope is a race for his life, but will make the ultimate sacrifice be enough to reset the universe.
I'm just saying, they're supposed to unlock a Kryptonian, and they're telling us it's not the one you think it is. But when we watch the trailer, we don't really see that, or we don't know that they were looking for actual Superman. We don't know that. Put that in the trailer. Make it clearer in the trailer, because I didn't get that from the trailer that we need to get the Kryptonian. Oh
no! Why would you want to spoil the story? I mean, let the story.
I
think it's too bad that Ezra Miller did what he did, because I think they could have hid some of these things, from general audiences, a little bit more. If he hadn't, they could have you don't have to reveal Supergirl doing fighting scenes and stuff like that. But I think they've just had to focus so much on the other characters because of Ezra Miller's.
Yeah, good point.
So I would like less of the story, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. They made the most out of that Michael Keaton scene because the music kind of stops in the trailer. Everyone wants him to say the word, say it. Batman, yeah.
And real quick, I do want to get ready to end it on this. I do want to get you guys' opinion. What is it? All right, do you guys like the suit? Do you guys like the Flash suit? This new suit?
Yes.
It reminds me of the new 52. If you see my photo where I have, it's basically, go to the next slide where it has the lines.
Yes, the new 52 Flashpoint suit.
It's basically the new 52. Yes, I understand people's gripes about the cowl.
It's really not that bad.
It's not.
But I think he's going to change it in the movie as well.
I mean, it could have a chin strap on it, but I mean, I think the cowl is fine.
Yeah, it's fine as it is.
It's like for the Batman, right? Let me bring it up. If you look at
the actors want their faces. The actors don't want to hide though. They love that their faces are exposed.
I mean, if you look at Pattinson's cowl, it looks like he got a big ass forehead, but if you look at it from the front, it looks great. You look at it from the side, it looks like he got a big ass fucking forehead. It's just angles and shots and stuff. It's just angles and shots. Some suits look good.
You see who he's next to? You see Commissioner Gordon? Watch James Gunn not cast somebody black.
I
Hey,
don't care, bro.
Temporary representation.
we're gonna get a Mexican Jim Gordon.
Who would you want as a villain in the Batman 2?
I don't
Be
care
anyone,
as long
really.
as they're played by George Clooney.
Yeah.
Hey, George Clooney could play Clayface.
Oh God.
That'll be perfect for him. You know, a failed actor. It'll be perfect.
I like the flash ring
Admittedly
where
not a failure, but
I like in the trailer where the flash ring it opens up where it's like it's gonna launch the suit.
so,
I hope there's a
Yeah, that
scene.
was sick.
I hope there's a scene in the movie where it launches a suit and he does that flash thing where he gets into the suit like race like that.
he spins around and
Yeah.
That's it. I feel like it's gonna come on like. I hope he does like have to put it on like some clothes, but it's just super fast. I don't want it to kind of just jump on like some nanotech and stuff. I want to be like some weird nanotech. I think
I do understand why not a lot of people like the suit because a lot of people do not like the new 52 flash suit at the same time.
Well, it's.
I think a lot of people just don't like the new 52. It's not necessarily the suit, but
yeah.
I think the suit looks really good. I think they're going to change the cowl as well. I think that's like the first one he comes in, and they change it later in the movie. I'm pretty. From what I've seen of it, I'm sure I've seen him wear another cowl in the movie.
Yeah, that is correct. So like maybe this is kind of like a prototype cowl.
Let me find it.
Like I think it's supposed to look a little bit off, you know, like the cowl, because it's like it's more like he's just made that by himself, kind of like that version of the suit, and then he's gonna get an updated suit. But anyway.
Yeah, I did like the new 52, but I think my favorite run out of everything was probably the Batman. The Flash was pretty good as well.
Yeah, we're about to get ready to end it.
The Flash New 52 was alright. It wasn't bad. It was a little bit underwhelming though. I thought it would be. I don't know. I feel like the New 52. What I thought they were gonna do is go back and do like a little bit of the origins for lesser known characters, not like for Superman and Batman and stuff like that, but for the other characters that haven't really got great origin graphic novels. I thought they could do that from the beginning, but just make it a little bit more, add a little bit more realism to the world. But they didn't go that route. They just on some people they didn't really change their continuity at all, and then others they just completely, like, I don't know what they did to Wonder Woman. That was terrible. And even I heard bad things about like some of the Superman comics.
Superman ones, it wasn't the best. Like I think the one that's more praised is Rebirth. Like a lot of people like Rebirth more than New 52. But when you ask someone what they like more about New 52, they would probably say either Batman or the Flash.
Okay.
Because like I hear mostly the Batman because of the core vowels and everything like that, and Scott Snyder.
Yeah, I mean, I like some of the New 52 comics, but some of it was just so egregious what they did to the characters. It was just like
Lobo. And they butchered Lobo. Gave us skin.
Oh yeah.
Elegant Lobo.
It was wrong to have Cyborg from the Teen Titans in the Justice League?
Yeah.
That was another thing that wasn't great.
That was totally.
I did not like that.
I was like, all right, at that point, just put Vixen or Black Lightning in his place if you want. It wasn't just like a black representation thing, but it's like, okay, if you do want to throw a black character on there, at least put a better one on there, like Black Lightning or Vixen.
I think we all know that's
Cyborg isn't whack. Now I do like Cyborg as a character, but you know,
I feel like he
he's a robot. I mean, I can't. That doesn't represent me.
The Cyborg character fits more with the Teen Titans. Like when I read the comic, he feels so out of place in the Justice League. He does not feel like part of like the Justice League at all.
He's not because Red Tornado already can do what he can do. I mean, if you wanted like a genius of the team, you know, your tech guy, Martian Manhunter and Red Tornado kind of been that.
Batman.
Like handling stuff in the watchtower, monitoring things. They've been that. And Red Tornado does it way better because he is an actual robot.
Who's the Flash in the New 52? Barry Allen?
Yeah, Barry Allen.
Barry. Because remember, Barry was dead for a while, and it was just Wally.
Mm-hmm.
All right, last thing I wanted to bring up. All right, last thing. This is the last. All right, so I've seen people complaining that Supergirl's killing in the trailer. How do you guys feel about that? I think it's justified.
Well, we can't pretend like this isn't the DC, old DC. No, she's gonna kill. Fine, and she was locked up, and she doesn't have the blonde hair. That's not my Kal-El.
She was abused, you know.
She was locked up and held captive. Like I don't have a problem with it. Like it's not like your traditional Supergirl.
Yeah.
That like this is like from another
variant
reality. So it's like
even Supergirl in the main continuity, she don't got love for She does eventually develop love for humanity because of Clark, but she at the start, even if you've seen the Legion of Superheroes animated movie recently, it highlights how much she does not care about humanity. I mean, she looks at them as literally a lesser species. But
yeah, she missed Krypton and everything like that.
It's a non-issue to me. Was there any other deaths in the Flash trailer? Because I didn't notice any others, and any like vile, you know, it's all good. Black Adam killed. I get it. They were there. What was that?
The Queen, the malnourished Queen Supergirl. This was from the trailer.
I must have missed it.
Oh, it happened quick. It was so nasty. Even I couldn't look at it. Well, yeah, that's
so
all I
got.
got.
Sunlight. Sunlight will power her. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's going to make her muscles. Well, yes. Yeah, so, I mean, it's supposed to make her fresh. As far as like muscle mass, she has to build that back up, but it's supposed to make her fresh and
yeah. The sunlight like gathers their strength back.
Yeah, but I thought that it was that they put him under red sun radiation.
Not in this movie.
No, because I remember. Well, in I could be wrong. I'm trying to remember, but in the comic and just like in the animated movie, Superman was just so when he crash landed as a child. Easy to take that and just put him somewhere. They just kept him out the sun, so he was just basically secluded in this dark area where you're not getting sunlight. So
no, he was under red.
You sure?
Sun as well as like,
he was under.
I thought he was just in.
They captured him and put him under a red sunlight.
Yeah, because if he was just in the thing, I mean, I don't know. It's interesting because maybe if they just take her straight away and just put her in there, then she wouldn't be able to get powers. But how would they know?
Yeah, I gotta read that book because how they know if Red Sun keeps his powers from working?
Because bear in mind, if she even got a little bit of sun, that she'd keep her powers.
I'm about to read that. I swear it was just they just because they took him as a child. It's easy to manipulate and trick him and stuff. I gotta read the comic. I don't remember being in a Red Sun room because how would they know that? How would they even figure out a Red Sun keeps his powers from like?
I know these DC comics don't make sense. Yeah.
Hey, relax, chill. But you guys, we're going. Any last things you guys want to say? Because I'm ready to close this up and get some sleep.
I'm good.
No, I'm good.
Cool.
Thumbs up.
You guys, we're going to head up out of here. Thank you all for watching. Because I have peace, love, positivity, and all that jazz. Don't do drugs. Cover your ears real quick, guys, because we're getting out of here with some gangsta love.